In a family where getting married usually comes in one's early 20s, Jana Duggar has defied the odds. She's a proud single woman despite being the eldest girl in the family and hasn't been afraid to share her empowering views on how she doesn't need a man to make her life complete. Jana was born in 1990, making her 32 years old in 2022. She's showed few signs of going through the usual courting process that her younger siblings have done on their ways to getting engaged and married. She was rumored to be courting pilot Stephen Wissman in early 2021, but the romance appeared to fizzle out. During courting, a couple aren't allowed to touch or be alone together, as it is a period of getting to know each other that is more conservative than traditional dating. I feel like these days, probably one of the most common questions is, am I in a relationship? Jana began during a September 2020 episode of TLC's Counting On. Sometimes it gets a little old. I'm like, no I'm not, no, I don't have anyone. Usually, I'll just answer it and go on, she told producers during a confessional and continued, sometimes it can get a little, like, what? It's not the only thing in the world to talk about. Maybe it will happen when I least expect it. As for now it's nice, I get to do a lot of things. Jana, who was charged with endangering the welfare of a minor in September 2021, revealed during a visit to the hairdresser about the freedom she has as a single woman. People here and there, they feel bad for me. I'm like, whatever. They're like, hey, I have a nephew, or I have a cousin. And I'm like, oh, thanks, she said during the episode's salon trip about how she hates how others are always trying to set her up. Later in the episode, Jana told her stylist, some were like, oh man, are you picky? I'm like, I don't think so. Jana has proved to be happy in her own life, working as a home remodeler with a passion for interior design. Her work has allowed her to do much more traveling, something she's really come to enjoy, than her siblings who are married with children. She may not have found Mr. Right yet, but Jana seems perfectly happy with the life she has built for herself. Hear Jana's most empowering quotes about being single. There can be that pressure, I guess. Everyone's always giving their suggestions, Jana said during an October 2019 Counting On episode. Some will pressure in some ways, I'm like, you'll when the time comes. The eldest Duggar daughter said that if she were sitting here waiting to get married, I think that would be more depressing, but instead, I really look at this as, okay, what are other things that I could be doing right now that maybe I can't do later? I've really enjoyed the different opportunities that I have had, like travel, even still being able to travel with my family that maybe my married siblings can't do. Not everyone's lives look the same, and so yes, I could be depressed, Jana said during a September 2020 episode of Counting On. But I have to keep telling myself, no, this is what God has planned out, and you know, if the right one had come along, I would have been married a long time ago. But I just don't think that it's been God's timing yet, and I've been able to accomplish a lot of other things that maybe I wouldn't have had I been married.